name. We just need a nice, catchy name. So basically, what we're gonna be discussing on the podcast, we'll be dealing with issues that affect us as guys. So my name is Fikile Sejam. I'm your host. With Lekhotman Laka. Lekhotman, I'll just give you the opportunity to introduce yourself.
Yeah, no, big up people. Yeah, my name is Ashmo Makoro, and yeah, man, we're here to unravel certain mysteries about being a man or being a guy and anything that is attached to it. You know, yeah.
Thanks, Robin. So basically, there are a lot of controversial issues that I feel that as guys, because now I think the whole idea of the podcast was that me and Lekhotman Lag over here, we have like very powerful conversations that you feel that at some point they need to be recorded, because now we can't just keep the knowledge amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
So the knowledge that we both have is knowledge that comes from streetwise, being streetwise, growing up in Kasi, and then also we read books. So it's not that often that you find the combination of the two, because in most cases, what we find here in other platforms, you'll find that someone giving you a perspective from someone who grew up in the suburbs and whatnot. So now we're trying to give you a perspective, and just to give a light. So we're open to hearing your views about the issues that we're going to be discussing. Some of them are going to be very controversial. So it's the first episode. I'm looking forward to it.
We're going to tread lightly today, just to usher in people so that, they get with the program and have an understanding of what we're trying to achieve. I think there's this whole notion that you just sit there and you talk. It's a podcast,
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is. We're living in times where brothers don't talk. People don't talk, and that creates a void in personal development and so forth. So I think it's high time we bring such issues into the forefront so that we get guys, in all aspects of being a man, to start thinking, and if there's anything to change, if there's any form of improvement whatsoever, and you can execute that. We need that. So I think there's such a platform where such issues will be talked about, because hopefully, being, I don't know how to put it, but being in your feelings, guys. Once we go to the series, guys say we are in our feelings. In that way, her developing and all of that, and I think it's so it's time for it.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to keep it as authentic as possible. So don't be too harsh, guys, because now it's unscripted. Like I said, the whole aim is to actually invite you into a space. So these are conversations that we have amongst ourselves. So we just want to share what we talk about, because we feel that it's something that maybe a guy could be struggling with out there, and you find some valuable information, right?
Exactly.
As much as we are empowered by other people, we thought we should just use the platform to empower other people, right? So today we'll be talking about simping, right?
Yeah.
So just to introduce the topic, like I said, we're gonna be very controversial in this one. Just to introduce the topic. So simping is doing stuff for maybe someone that you actually care about, right? Going above
the extra mile.
Going the extra mile, right? So in a sense whereby, because I always feel that there's a thin line between showing passion for someone you like and being desperate, right? So simping is passion turned into desperation, and you see a lot of this in social media, whereby you follow a hand and she has like over 100K followers, and you become 100, you become the extra one.
How does she recognize you? How is it that you're gonna stand out? So many people. The topic basically, it's it touches on so many things, and us as guys, we fall into this. I mean, I've been desperate at times,
Yeah, yeah, me too.
personally,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
and it's more of you trying to get an attention, but it becomes an obsession,
Yeah, yeah.
and an obsession is it's unhealthy emotions, it's unhealthy feelings. But I think this topic, it will go even beyond.
Mm. But Hotman,
Yeah.
what causes that? What do you think causes simping? Why do you, is there maybe let's say for instance that maybe at some point in your life you were interested in and you feel that okay,
Sure.
this chick is she's out of my league, but I like her anyways, right? So now what causes that? Like what do we use as a yardstick to say that look, this is a measure of, like, is there certain criteria to say that this chick is not my type? What causes this? What causes, because I think simping comes from you can see that look, this particular chick is not your type. And I would say that because now one thing also that I want to actually mention, I think we'll go deeper into that, is that as men we the prize, right? But we'll go deeper into that. I know a lot of women might disagree with that, but I just want to start there to say that what causes one to actually simp in your views, in your humble views? Why do you think niggas simp?
What I think basically comes from the whole point of self actualization. We basically, as guys, we adopt so many things from other people. You end up missing yourself within the whole mix of these adoptions when you grow up. Now, it happens whereby about the attention to, but basically it might actually mean that you lack the attention for yourself.
Okay.
So now looking outwards, away from you to another person, um, it's almost like a validation. You're trying to be validated.
Okay.
You try to be recognized, and there are people whereby we actually think they're important to us, or their attention is important to us, and then when that happens, you want that validation. I see you. Mutaba attracted to, and the funny thing is that we as guys, we forget the fact that you as a guy, you are enough. And once you realize that you are enough, then the whole simple simping thing, it becomes a thing of the past, because now you're looking for someone who's good for you. You understand? Not to the infatuation of, oh, that chick, because sometimes it's like about it. You see yourself only beneath the person, so your attraction is basically yourself. And the moment you stuck in that level, you can't get over it. I think that's.
But what causes that though, Khotman? Because now I think you mentioned something very important. I mean, you mentioned also as a guy, I think what I got from that is that it's important to spend time with yourself. It's important to actually invest in yourself, because if you have a deeper understanding of who you are as a person, then there's no need to actually simp. So in most cases, but what causes that? What causes a guy to say that, look, I feel like I'm inferior when it comes to this certain hand. I feel like I'm less of a person. Do you think that it's because of niggas are not spending enough time with themselves? Niggas are not seeing that they are the prize, right? Because just to explain even the concept of as a nigga that you are the prize. Just to explain it very shortly, it's that you must, as a guy, this thing you'll share and whatnot. As a guy, so basically what you do is when you approach a woman, you invite her into your space. It's not the other way around. So that's why I say that as a man, you the prize because of that. So now, if you have invested in yourself, you have done enough investment in yourself, and you understand yourself as a person, right? You make yourself a person of high value, right? So when you share someone, when you go out there and you try to invite someone into your space, so you actually, the whole process is, I don't know, guys are actually missing it. Doing that is actually going to a hand and saying that, look, this is Fikile, and look, this is me actually saying that can you please be a part of my life, right? Like basically, just to summarize the whole experience, right? And then the girl has to say, look, I feel that I want to be a part of that, yes or no, right? Once he gets, so now that's why I say that men are the prize, because we do the investment, we do the building, then from there on, a woman will decide if they want to become a part of that or not, right?
Yeah, you know what I actually heard, and this was like years ago. They say the woman is a kingmaker.
Okay.
Basically, you cannot get with her if she doesn't give you the yes.
Yeah.
Irrespective of your background and your achievements or lack of.
Yeah.
You know. So basically, what the woman would do. At the end of the day, yeah, not always a boyfriend pay high.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But here's the thing about guys, us as guys. I think you explain it, you know, in clarity.
Yeah.
In a sense, we start off looking for a woman, but problem I don't know, some of these women we treat them like, you know, your sneakers, your a position you live in, like you want to be seen with her.
Like a trophy.
Exactly. You know. So in that way, guys look at chicks from that perspective. Not every guy. Some guys look at women as a conquest. You know, like if I can bet this many, you know, then I'll be validated. Or if I can get that chick who looks like that people like, then I'll be validated. So it's her status that you want to associate with.
Okay.
You understand? You understand? Because when you grow up as a guy, you're mentally how can I put it? Mentally, you see the woman as the prize. Not you. You understand? So we lack self-development because it's one key aspect in our lives that informs progress. You know, from going from A to B and all of that. So we as guys, we miss that.
Okay.
And then once we have missed that, we will look at other people. Whether they are better than us, especially women, and they can sense that, because so many things that we do, they will see you do not have, you know, self-value. Your value is based on this person, and your value is based on making this person happy. And while you're doing that, you find yourself empty because you cannot give something that you do not have. If you cannot make yourself happy and you cannot actually put yourself at a pedestal. You know? But you cannot just put yourself at a pedestal if you don't do the work. You understand? But if you cannot do that, then you're gonna view everyone as above you. So it's very simple for you to simp because that validation of what makes you as a guy has to come from someone else.
Yeah, true.
You know?
True.
And when that happens, when you are in that trap, you don't recognize yourself anymore. You don't see yourself. You are not in the equation. You understand? And when you're not in the equation, you cannot carry yourself as the prize. You understand? Hence, you find that a whole lot of people they want to impress other people without impressing themselves first. You understand? And these women and women, sorry to say these women, no, nothing intended, but they can sense that. But even not women, but the way you carry yourself informs on how people treat you. So you are going to simp if you're not valuing yourself to an extent whereby you're gonna grow yourself. You understand? Move from A to B and be a better guy than you were yesterday. Because in that way, now you're gonna start looking for someone that is compatible to you. Not you thinking, alright, if I get this person, then it's an achievement. She will look good with me and people will see someone. Because that's mentality about tea. You understand? We always want the most beautiful chick, the most popular chick. We want the chick with, you know, with the roundest butt, you know, and all of that. It's all about them. You understand? You forget yourself in the equation that, you know, you invite this person in your life. And that person has to be compatible with your you know, the dreams it's how to achieve, you know, so that the relationship doesn't make that suffer. You understand? So, in conclusion, Fel and Jack can just think, or I can just say, simping comes from you not valuing who you are.
Okay.
You know, because if you don't value yourself, then it's easy for you to look up at someone else while you look down on yourself. You know,
so Hotman, do you think the whole solution then comes through self-development, right? I think that's what I got from you. And also, so now how does one actually embark on the journey on developing themselves to get themselves to a stable? Let's say, for instance, let me just throw it out there. Let's say, for instance, you know, at some point I want to get with Bonang, right?
Yeah.
She's very successful. Yeah. So now I can't say like, look, even if I had, let's say, I work on myself, then I'm a 7-figure, 6-figure guy, right? She's around there, right? So now, how do you actually get someone like that to like you as a guy? Then? Without simping.
Let's make a quick example. Okay. Right? You find that you are, like I simply say, you know, the way our country is structured. On the allocation, you know, you have town. You understand? Mm-hmm. There is a woman in town there, one oligarch who can actually get with you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But how is that going to happen if you guys are not in the same place?
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So if you're here in Virginia, to make an example, in Obatabona, and you're earning those figures, how is it possible where you're going to get her attention?
Okay.
You will have to use material to do that. You understand? Because you guys are not in the same space. So I think if you're in the same space with that person, and for instance, you're talking about someone who's well off.
Yeah, who's already established.
Are you well off?
Yeah.
Can you access the spaces? Exercise, you understand? Because you must remember that even her, she has standards. You know, that she put for herself. You understand? And as much as you are going to approach her to invite her in your life, she's going to think, is it conducive for me?
Like, what does this nigga have to offer?
Exactly. Yeah. Because one other thing that actually messes up men is when you meet up with a woman that has it all.
Okay.
Because basically what guys do, they drive most relationships with resources. If a guy has this, you get the woman. We know this.
Like financial resources.
We know this. Like some women, they will tell you, "Horrible, I cannot give you the kitty if you're not providing anything.
If you're broke."
Exactly. There was a video actually that two girls were speaking about something like that, and they say a guy, just to digress, a guy that works a 9 to 5 is broke. You understand? So. Not all of them think like that, but most of them, they have standards. So there are things that we think we need, but basically we really don't. You understand? Because the example of Bona comes from she's famous. You understand? And just fella in Joburg, how many women are there? You understand? Even in quality stubborn of 1 hour, they are far much more better than Sabona. Bona just has money.
Better, like according to like your standards in terms of what you do.
So I think it boils down to a point where if you cannot get attention of someone, you shouldn't fight for it. That's not that's not the time, or maybe that's not the right person. But if you don't get any form of attention from a person, you shouldn't be fighting for it. I think when we talk about personal development, each and every person has aspirations and things that they want to achieve. And like we always say, if you would want to achieve something, but if you cannot put work in, that means you cannot get there. It will always be a distant dream. So, not many guys read, and Some people are not supposed to read. They're just doers.
Yeah, which is also a good thing.
Yeah, they're just doers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think when it comes to development, it's what I can say in short is that prepare yourself for that thing that you want.
Okay.
And when you prepare yourself, that means there should be things that you're doing on a daily basis that actually puts you closer to your goal. Because the moment you start to develop yourself because of someone, then that means you are not in the equation anymore. But ultimately, Bonai has to say, oh, that guy. You understand? Because you have worked on yourself so much, you have this aura whereby they cannot help but recognize you.
Okay.
But don't want something that you cannot achieve. You understand? If she's distant, or whatever, work with what you have. You understand? And try to make better of it.
Okay.
So we cannot always some others or some others like the project. There's so many things. Just do something. Just do something. Wake up and just do something. And in that way, you'll be a step closer to where you
getting what
you understand. You can't just wake up. Just live and just wake up and hang out at the mouti. Hang out at the mouti. Hang out at the mouti. Work on yourself. Hang out, just like that. Because now our problem as guys, we hang out for the rest of our lives. It's not hang out. We forgetting that age moves with progress. So age but your progress is way back there. So in that way, as guys, it's easy for us to get into the comfort zone of But remember, if one will go, one will go, and at the end of the day, that was you are. Because of you understand? So I think guys should find ways on how to better themselves, not necessarily reading books or whatever, but just doing something.
To better yourself. So in terms of let's say for instance you mentioned this chicks, but look, Babata a man to earn this much, and then if a man is working a 9 to 5, they're broke and whatnot. What if it happens that I have a crush on a girl like that? So what would you say to Autiaka? See who, I wouldn't say someone doesn't have opportunities, but who doesn't have that eye yet for opportunities, right? What would you say to this guy? This guy's like, hey, man, I can hear you. I mean, you're talking about self development. You're saying that at some point you have to work with what you have and whatnot.
Sure.
I don't want the Sebongi from next door. I want that one. I want that. See that one that's saying that I must earn 100K a month. That's the one I feel that's my soulmate. So what do you say to
guys? I think sometimes dreams could be illusions and illusions could be dreams. Those are two different things. But now I will just tell you, prepare yourself, my nigga. Because now all of you can have 9 to 5 how 8,000 rand and she's high maintenance. Right?
And she made it clear.
She made it clear. She's a high maintenance. The only problem is that, can you do it for yourself, sister? If she cannot do it for herself, then I wouldn't even advise you. You understand? To approach someone like that, because I mean that's a woman with a price tag. You understand? It's more like a sneaker. This one is cheap. This one is expensive. You understand? With my 8,000 that I earn from my 9 to 5, I can afford this. You understand? What I'm saying is that. What I'm not saying actually is that for you to conform to so this is my level. You understand? That's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But there are people you just don't need. You understand? If a woman now is going to be talking about I don't know, he's broke. You can ask yourself, what is she looking for? She's definitely,
especially when you're on that path, when you're developing yourself, you don't need that pressure.
You don't need that. You don't need that. Because now you have to be competing. But you understand? All of that. You kill yourself. I've always said, because depression is a real thing. You understand? So you don't want people to be putting pressure, unnecessary pressure on you, to a point whereby you cannot function because you are here and what about chapter 10 you don't need someone to push you to a point whereby it'll depress what can happen, you can find a person who's going to encourage you or that.
True.
So what I can advise a guy like about a woman like this, like don't bother.
You
understand? Because people say
that's the competition.
So loyalty high, it's in a price tag. You understand? Because like also open let's you're already maybe clear that money equals to me. You understand? So if you don't have that, find someone who's willing to be with you, situation or so on. You understand? And that now when you hit that come up, you can easily say, you know what, this person's be day one, I can go all out. I like you're gonna go all out for someone who you understand? Somewhere there or Georgie because she's dressed nice, she's got beautiful hair, so that's expensive and all that. Now you're gonna but as a first starter, where are you coming from? Because as guys hence, you find that some guys are stagnant, because basically they're running after these women, but ultimately broke. You understand? But it's the status, it's about our seed and whatever. Hence, I'm saying it goes back to the point of people, looking down on themselves and trying to, scale up by being with other people. You understand? Because that lady has a one trip. You can just ask her simple question: how many millions do you have? Maybe another guy. You understand? If you're gonna need a nigga like that, and that means you are not a
what do you bring to the table?
Yeah,
you know what they say.
They will say they're at the table.
They say they're at the table.
They're at the table.
That's what they say.
You're at the table. I'm the table. You understand? I'm the table. I make sure you get these things. I make sure you eat and all of that. You understand? I'm the table. Where now? What do you bring? We have to reverse this whole thing because now, as guys, we work for women and neglect ourselves. You understand? You think factory or you think 6 packets and you dress nice, that's you taking care of yourself. That's not. You understand? You need to go for walks, dog. Go for vacations and all that.
Spend some time alone, but get to know yourself.
Just appreciate yourself. We appreciate a whole lot of people, and these people they're outside of ourselves, and we come up short every time because that obsession that we have will never be reciprocated. It goes back to what we're talking about now. The obsession with other people will leave you simping.
That's it. So the whole idea is to actually, as a guy, is to develop yourself. Spend time with yourself. Self-awareness. It's of paramount importance, right? Because now that's when you actually. Also, a lot of people mention principles and values. You won't have principles if you don't know yourself. Your power as a guy, it comes from you knowing yourself, right?
Exactly.
Because if you know yourself and if you understand the value that you have as a person, you wouldn't compromise yourself. You wouldn't, be around people that see you in a way that like they're looking down. Some people have what I call a helicopter view, right?
The area view.
They just look at
like
you
that.
like that, what's it? So now you wouldn't find yourself in that situation. That's why I say that. Look, man, if you're a nigga out there and you're not in a relationship yet, and you're still building yourself, don't try to get into a relationship.
Work on yourself.
Work on yourself. The right person will come. You the price in any case. If the value is going up, just like a company. Look, you work on a company, and if the company has built enough clientele and there's enough revenue, then people, if it goes public, then people want to buy shares.
Exactly.
It's just like that. If you treat yourself like a company to say that, you know what, the more I work on myself, the more I make sure that I'm a better person, the more I understand myself better, the more valuable I'll become.
So
and
true.
people would want shares, right? That's what happens. So the thing is also what I wanted to just touch base on was this thing of you'll find that women would say, look, I want a guy who earns 5-6 figures, right? But the thing is, they're not prepared to share that guy. As a guy, right? If you're earning 7 figures, that means that you have more options, right? And if you have more options, obviously you want to explore those options at some point, right?
Look, just for a second, I thought you were gonna say when you're a guy, you earning 7 figures, you deserve 7 women, you know?
Yeah, you deserve more than 7 women, more than 7. Because now, look. What comes with more money is more options.
Besides
right?
problems, eh?
Yeah. It's like nice life problems. Like, do I chat with this one or that one or this one? So now a woman would actually I think there's a line by Drake. So he says in the song, he says, look, you're not the only one who's trying to be the only one. That's how that's how guys who are valuable think. Guys who feel that, look, I'm up there, right? He's the prize. So now we're saying at least and he's saying that at least I admit that. You know, so he said that at least I'm being honest. You know, because someone who come into your life earning that much, right? You didn't have nothing. They didn't have time for you. So now when you are established, she wants to be the only one. I'm like, you're not the only one trying to be the only one.
No.
The fuck out of here.
Exactly. For me, I've been with my woman for like a very long time.
Okay.
You know? And she was with me, you know, where it was pretty bleak.
Yeah.
You know, it was really bad.
Yeah.
And I remember at one time when we were still in varsity and she came at my crib and I didn't have no food. You understand? And Nikki I just acted like, you know, it is what it is, man. This is what it is. You know? And I'm still with her now. And you find women.
But it's very rare to find a woman like that, especially in these days of social media and whatnot.
It's very rare. They don't do them like they made them. A long time ago. But the thing is, what came to me was besides love as me loving her and whatever, like is the respect. I respected her enough to, you know, not to take her for granted. You know, chicks by many things. The questions they buy on why guys actually treat them as bad as they do. You know, because if you were not there, while I was busy working on this come up, I don't expect to be.
The queen. Come play exclusive in my life.
If I didn't have her, my queen would be my mom. You understand? Someone else that would authentic on. But when you come with these other people, they found you also established and whatnot. She's with you probably boyfriend is now for all. Understand? Because you just surfaced and you have all these things. Right? So what women do not understand is that men lack respect for women that want things that they do not help. Getting them. If you do not help me get those things, do not expect.
And don't feel entitled. Don't feel entitled.
Don't feel entitled. You know, that's it comes to a point that you're gonna have more than one woman. You understand? And because just with lack of respect for them, you know, if I can have her, I can have her, I can have her. Because I can basically do whatever I can do, you know, for this one, for all of them. The 7 figures that I have. So the lack of respect comes from you were not there.
When I was on the come up. But I think you mentioned something, and I love the fact that you spoke of a personal experience, right? That's the whole purpose of this channel, for us to actually share our personal experience. Because I knew, right, when we actually had this idea, I just knew that I had to collaborate with you, right?
Exactly.
Because you're someone that I actually respect a lot, and I know that you are someone who's very opinionated, and so it's very nice actually, like drinking from your fountain of knowledge,
Yeah,
right?
man.
So
Appreciate that.
you actually saying that having someone that actually was with you through it all, I think at some point you have this sense of appreciation for that person, right?
Very
because
much.
because this person is not in your life because of
Yeah.
because it's good days
I've
now
got
and
this, I've
whatnot.
got
Yeah,
that. Yeah, exactly.
They are there because now they love you as a person,
Yeah.
not what you come with, and not because of your net worth and
Exactly,
whatnot, right?
exactly.
So now I think that's where that's where it has actually went wrong, whereby you find that most of the women now, they don't want to actually build with guys. They just want someone who's established, and then they want this guy to actually treat them like a queen. So now this thing of being a queen and whatnot, a queen stands by the king, even in bad times, right?
Yeah.
So you can't. I find it hard to actually identify a woman who comes into my life when things are all well and good,
Yeah.
and then she wants me to treat her like a
Yeah.
queen. Like you're not a queen. I mean, a queen is not just there for good days, right? Let's not let this thing, queen, like it is something, it works when it suits them, to say that when days are good, then I want you to treat her like a queen.
Yeah.
But when I was down and out, when I didn't have anything, right? When I was when I was actually working on myself, you're not there, right?
Exactly.
So now that's the thing. I think that's why you find that a lot of these niggas who have money, they cheat on this woman. They're in polygamous situations, and some of these women know that, and they're okay with that, right?
As long as the money's there.
Yeah, as long as the money's there.
As long
right?
as the money's there, can get the nails done, can get the hair done, the car is there.
Yeah.
You can go there.
You can go and do whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I was saying that a guy who has money automatically has a lot of options, right? And when you have a lot of options, at some point you want to explore them, right? So that's why you find that these guys go out there and they like 10 because they know. And I think mostly it's these guys who were once broken. They were in a relationship with this girl, and then they were trying to build, and then at some point the girl abandons them for someone better, right? So now when they are at that stage whereby everything is going well in their lives, they feel like, look, why must I commit to this woman, right? Because now I can get 10. Why must I commit to one? So I don't think guys have an issue with commitment, but they have an issue with, who am I committing to? What impact did you bring to my life? What difference did you bring into my life, right? So I think that's the thing.
Also, you find that when you're in relationships with women, and we find ourselves being dumped because we lack resources. Some guys are very hurt, fam. Some guys are not okay. And basically they're doing what they're doing from just being a reactionary thing. You understand? Like
being broken.
Exactly, because there's nothing more painful than, being looked down or just being thrown out in jail by a person that you value most, and they don't really see what you see. It's very painful because now people actually treat you based on your current situation. You will just hear it in a person's tone when they're speaking to you, if you don't have anything, and when they're speaking to someone that have what they think they have something. The whole the whole spectrum changes. It's day and night. The treatment of a guy when he doesn't work and the treatment of a guy that actually works is not the same.
It's different.
As guys, we are loved based on conditions. Based on what can you
provide.
And what comes after what can you. It's so many things. Can you provide a home? Can you provide security? Can you provide food? Monetary expenses. Can you handle those things? And all of that. So you as a guy, you are not loved because you are you. You are loved based on
what
same as if you're gonna grow, if you're in a relationship and one person in the relationship grows, and it so happens to be a woman,
Yeah.
that woman is gonna leave you. You know, they will start acting funny and they will leave you because she feels that she has reached a level where you don't exist.
Yeah.
There are guys
Really type. Yeah.
there are people there no longer Sababona and type is
yeah.
and you are not.
True. Yeah.
So when guys have that money, they make sure that she knows what she's doing.
It's my time now.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So hence I'm saying that women don't understand how guys act. Guys act based on their past experiences.
Yeah.
They act on, you know, what's happening right now and all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So my advice to guys, I don't really want to talk so much about the women.
Yeah.
Advise them. But I feel that look for someone who's going to build with you.
Yeah.
Even if when you are moneyed up, you've got money, you're good. Always look for someone who's going to, you know, to nurture your growth.
Yeah.
Because I think we lack that. You
Yeah.
want someone we can party with and look good with, but it doesn't end there.
Someone could keep you grounded.
Exactly. And yes, we know that love is not enough.
Yeah.
You know, there needs to be something extra. But that something extra could be the build-up, could be, you know, the assistance. You know, for instance, you can get a woman that works and a guy doesn't work.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I'm the guy that doesn't work and she works, that means I don't have money for internet.
Yeah.
I can't search for jobs.
Yeah.
I can't send CVs. I can't, you know, do all of that.
Yeah.
You know, so if you have a woman, she actually works and ends.
Yeah.
So, some women actually build their men up.
Yeah.
It happens.
A
lot.
Yeah.
They build their men up instead of abandoning them because they don't have whatever. And when they do abandon them, they fall into situations whereby they're gonna be with someone who lacks respect for them. You know, it happens a lot. You know, I mean, I remember I was in a situation in varsity when I got into varsity. The woman I was with already hooked up with another guy at varsity. Why not make it feel? Because what happens after matric, she went there and I went to a college. You know, so there was that gap, and obviously there's growth, and with growth there are new things. And I was part of the old things. You understand? But ultimately, these guys, they messed her up. And she came back and she told me that these guys are messing me up. You know, and I was like, what can I do about it? You know, because I was hurt. So somehow I was a bit happy. You know, because I was torn. You understand? I was a bit happy, but that was then. But now I feel for her because I understand now. I understand better now. What actually happened to her, and she understands better now what she went. You understand? Because now peer pressure is something that works on all of us, guys, women, and all of that. You understand? So I really don't know what she was going through for her to be doing whatever she was doing. And ultimately, the people that she went to did not value her. You understand? Because if you can do that to him, then you're probably gonna do that to me. So I'll do it to you first. You know, I'll do it to it first. So this woman don't understand. The woman don't understand that you leave me as a guy and I'm broke. You go with this guy that has everything. Already, what this guy has noted is that I took her. You understand? She was not available. I took her. So in the back of their minds, they know that something better may come up. She will be taken. So it's a race of who's gonna get out first. I don't want to be the ones that is left there, so I'm gonna do it to you first. You understand? So guys deal with so many things when it comes to women that actually bring them down because they're this or that. You know, but one thing that niggas need to understand is that it is not the woman's job to validate you. You need to validate yourself. You need to validate yourself. You need to nurture and respect yourself. And actually see yourself as far much more greater than you actually are. Because that's where you go.
And just to go in fact, just to add on to what you're saying, I'm not bashing at niggas or whatnot. There's nothing wrong if a guy likes like taking pictures and not, but if you're doing it for yourself, I mean, there's nothing wrong, right?
Yeah.
But guys are out there taking pictures because they want this woman to just tell them how sexy they are and all that. Stop trying to get validation from women, right? You don't have Nike being out there and saying, we're the best brand and whatnot. But you know, when you get into a store, when you see Nike shoes, you know, they're nice, right? They don't have to actually tell you that, look, we have a great brand here, by the way. If
it speaks for itself.
It speaks for yourself, right? If you've done enough work, if you've done enough groundwork on yourself, then there will be no need for validation, right?
True.
I mean, you have instances whereby it's funny how successful people or people who have actually, and success can be anything. Success doesn't mean that having money. Success could be building having a successful family structure,
small wins,
having a successful relationship, anything could
small
be successful.
Wins.
I mean, success is very personal, right? So where I was going with this thing is, if you actually invested enough in yourself, then you wouldn't need validation from the outside world.
So true.
So I'll actually go on to say that if the groundwork has been done, you know that, look, I did the groundwork and everything, you validate yourself. So at some point, that's why people like saying to successful people that you follow yourself, you cocky, you're too proud and whatnot. Because when you invest in yourself, when you put in the time, if someone comes and tells me that, look, you're good at what you do, and then I look at them and say like, I know. They're thinking, like, this guy is a dick. I mean, he's so full of himself. But I know because I put in the work. I mean, it comes with being intentional and deliberate about what you do, right? It's just that at some point, you know that, like, I mean, for someone who's, if you someone who invests in yourself and someone you say that to someone as a compliment and they say, look, I know, you don't take that as them trying to sound cocky but you take that as someone who's putting the work, they understand the process, and you don't have to validate them, you don't have to acknowledge them, right? So you have to work on yourself to an extent that even when people don't say you're good enough, you know. So now there'll be no need for someone to say that, I've got haters, people don't like me and whatnot. And all that.
Take self-pity
and all that nonsense. Because you know you could, I mean, be so good that you don't need validation from the outside world.
So true.
I think this is one of the things that actually stop niggas from simping, because simping comes from you not having the confidence in yourself. So you feel that another person is better than you in a way, right? Simping comes from there. Rather be in a position whereby you know when you know that you're the shit and the urine, you don't need someone else to tell you. And ladies will say, this one, he's so full of himself and whatnot. But funny enough, when the nigga goes home, he takes home the same girl that are saying that he's so full of himself and whatnot. Because as much as they say that this one is cocky, they're so outspoken when it comes to guys being cocky and whatnot, but it's funny how they always share the bed with that guy.
That's
the funny part. So I think there's power in, I'm not saying you should be cocky and whatnot, I'm saying invest in yourself and know that you're good to an extent that you won't need validation from outside forces, right?
Manifest greatness. As a guy, you know that everything actually comes based on you putting attention into it. We need to start looking at ourselves from a perspective of greatness. We need as guys to start looking at ourselves, in a positive light. What you're going through as a guy, it's basically it's just process. It's just process. But what comes after the process is the end goal, is the end product. And in that way, once you have persevered and actually have, strived to go through, because they say the only way through is to go through. It's that's the way it is. So as guys, we need to start manifesting greatness and feel yourself, man. Just be that guy that is up there. If you're looking at yourself, through the eyes of Mutaiponanga 50%.
Yeah.
And another 50 money that
Mm.
you know
Yeah.
it doesn't you
Stop
don't
simping.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to already have millions to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Or actually look at yourself in a positive light.
Yeah.
You can do that with nothing. And
Yeah.
that through the attraction of everything that is good
Yeah.
will find themselves, you know, on their way to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. True.
As a person. Manifest greatness, attract good things, develop yourself,
Yeah.
and just be the cheerleader of yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Small wins are wins at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how small
They
they are.
Mm.
But if you teach your mind,
Yeah.
you know, how to win,
Yeah.
then you start achieving effortlessly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it becomes a repetition, and your mind knows that you are an achiever,
Yeah.
and it will start to follow, you know, the same route.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It will stay like that.
Yeah.
So the whole simple scenario comes from lack of everything that I just said.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
And the lack of greatness that we see in
Yeah.
ourselves. You know, the lack of how can I put it? You know, respecting and valuing yourself. You know, to a point that you nurture and treat yourself the best way you know how.
Yeah.
So just do something that actually pushes you to that direction. I think you'll be good.
Yeah, I think in closing, just work on yourself, invest in yourself, and we won't see this thing of, you know, there's 50 comments there, and you try to be someone who's commenting and you're number 51, telling a girl how beautiful they are and whatnot. They know they're beautiful.
They're gonna say thank you.
That's it. That's it. Ends there. Yeah. You just want to be a number 51 who said they're beautiful. They know that. Just work on yourself and understand that as a guy, you're the prize. It starts from there. Invest in yourself. Spend time with yourself. All the good stuff that we actually say.
Yeah.
So this platform was actually created to actually make you a better person. We just hope that it has been valuable to you. We hope that it changes something in you. Let's hear the comments. Let's just keep the conversation going. It doesn't have to stop here. At some point, I feel, because now ladies were actually mentioned a lot in this interview. I think at some point we just want to invite women just to have a sit down with them, understand their thought pattern and their thinking process, so that at least now we can let them represent themselves, so that it doesn't feel like we bashing at them and whatnot, right? So thanks for actually listening to our content, and there's more from where this comes from.
I've always wanted to say this. Comment down below.
Like and subscribe.
I've always wanted to say that. Come back today and tell us what you're thinking, man. If we have left something, you know, highlight it, man. And let's build a community that is progressive and that is united. We want to see great changes in our lives as guys, and I think this is a platform where guys can just come unashamedly and talk about, you know, their struggles,
issues,
and all of that, you know. So that this whole thing is about, you know, trying to find something better. Something better. You know? Just that. Yeah, man. So just been good.
Thanks.
All right, guys. So sure. That was nice.
Sure. That was nice.